Good evening and welcome back to Imperium Universalis and the second attempt at building Rome. This time it's going a bit better in the start. Maybe we can go further than a few wars before getting completely annihilated. We'll see, we'll see. Let's just get started right here. There we go. Time is running. There's no turning back. I'm sure real Rome had multiple attempts to build their civilization. I'm actually sure they had multiple centuries to do it. And we only have a few minutes in comparison. Isn't it unfair? Isn't it unfair? That's why we had to restart. That's why things happen. We have Rex still Servius Tullius. Some people hate him. He's actually a fairly decent fella. He has a lot. Martial educator, lawgiver, bold fighter, open-minded and entrepreneur. And that's at the age of 34, which is quite impressive. And his heir is Gnaeus of Rome. He was not very diplomatic, but he's a hell of an administrator and a hell of a military person. Not as good as his father though, because his father has that diplomatic touch, which is quite needed, usually, to get anywhere at all. His heir does not have that, so we'll simply have to live with it, I guess. Oh yeah, there's a military drill thing! Oh, I completely forgot about that. Maybe I should start doing it, that's... Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm not sure when the expansion was released that I added in military drill, but I completely forgot that existed. Come to think of it, that was when the last time I played EU4, so maybe that was only a few months ago, I can't remember. I'm getting old, okay? I can't remember everything that's going on, and such is life, such is life. Sometimes you forget things. Can we do a census now to see what has changed? Our tribal population and other population has not increased at all, but we do have 500 slaves. 500. And now we even have them here on the estates. We have the patricians, the plebeians, the pontifices, and slaves. We can even give this place, for example, to the slaves if we so desire. No idea why we would do it. It's like, hello, slaves. Go right ahead and control this land. Why don't you? What would we get? Okay, the plebeians would remove a bunch of local autonomy. Oh wait, so the 25% province autonomy and remove it in regards to certain things. So the force limit and manpower on both the naval side and on the land side. Local manpower would be increased. That's actually pretty decent. It's just that you get less money, but you get a lot of other things from it. This one gets more money, which could be useful, but at the moment we would like more men. I'm tempted actually to... No, actually, I saw that. Yeah, 5.5 thousand, that's a lot. That's a lot of men. How does Pisa have that many men for such a small province? I mean, I guess it's 17 population, which is quite high compared to what we have. Just got up to 32. We'll see when this is finished and when we can get... And actually we need the autonomy to lower as well. And damn, we do have a lot of unrest here. Which maybe is not the wisest decision then to do the whole drilling thing. Yeah, we're quite far away from that. We just have to keep an eye out here for the progress bar to increase. And if it does go too far, we'll simply have to drop the drilling. So far, it doesn't give that many bonuses now, does it? I guess it does get some. But yeah, it doesn't cost anything to do it right now, I guess. Could increase our stability again. Would be... bad to do it now when we have different religion over here. They have Etrusca Disciplina. And considered heretics by the Dei Consentus. Oh, that would be hard to do, okay. So how do we get more harmony? I guess it's simply per year. Maybe there's some events regarding it. Hopefully. Because Tarquini is tanking our unity. Maybe we should go for some religions that are... well, our religion, I guess. So these places over here have the same religion as we do. So it would probably be wisest to expand in that direction, if at all possible, I should add. The Volsci, for example, Piceni and Brutii, Piceni being over here and the Brutii being, as I think saw before, all the way down here, could be an option. They could be. Not certain that it would be, but they could be. Do we have any more... trust now with these guys? Favors. Not that many. It's not been that long yet. We haven't played for that many years after all. It's just that we had a really successful war there and I got really excited about it. So if we're going to look at our next expansion path, it would be nice to get more land in a place that has our religion, maybe even our culture. This guy would be the perfect thing, because they do have Latin culture. I think this is the only place that does have Latin culture, besides us. So it's a natural thing to get... Oh, nice, nice. Ah, the second thing to do. Okay, so he increased in his shock. That's awesome. That is awesome. And much needed. I hope he lives forever, which he won't do, because he will probably keel over and die at any moment. Will we support him? Of course we'll support him for that amount of money. It's not even a question. Nice amount of prestige popping up. And I think it was only 3% on administrative tech. But it's better than nothing. Better than nothing. Yeah, minus 3%. I mean, 3%... For that amount of money, it doesn't really matter now, does it? Would it be nice to get this administrative tech so we could get an idea group? And yes, they do have different idea groups or idea things here. Or some of them. I think they have somewhat been adjusted, I don't know. Superior religion ideas would be nice. Oh yes, we could synchronize or syncretize or whatever it's called. Our religion with Etrusca Disciplina. But we need more development then. It would be nice to do that though. Okay, lose administrative power and they will gain... okay, I'm gonna take that. That costs too much administrative power. Etrusca Disciplina. Yeah, religion. Religion is problematic. In more than... Oh, nice. Okay, production is disabled. We could do something here that would increase our military. This one, for example, core creation cost minus 15%. Would that cost us anything? I think it would cost our diplomatic power to do that. Could focus on our infantry, make them better. Not a bad idea, actually. Production, tax efficiency. What are we even earning money from? If we start in that area, where are we earning our money? In taxation, of course. Taxation, mainly in taxation. Okay, so if we add a policy for taxation, that's 10%. No, that's trade efficiency. There we go, tax. The way of Guineas, he will be taught in administration. Oh, we could increase our warrior thing here, but it would be better if he got some diplomacy. He's already fairly decent in the other stats, so increasing that would be quite good. Alright, Servius Tullius reforms. Curiate reforms. Until the Serbian reforms, the passing of laws and judgment was the prerogative of the Comitia Curiata, made up from 30 curiae. Roman sources described... Okay, well, I'm not going to read all of this, that's too much text. We could either get 50 administrative power, or we could get here. Rome gets Servius Tullius administrative reforms until a long time, and that stability cost modifier minus 10%, and interest per annum minus 1. Alright. We would lose 25 administrative power, and the administrative power it would take to get our stability up by 1. And that is 146, so you would lose about 100 and... I'd say 160 administrative power, give or take a few. And that would be for getting our stability cost modifier down by 10%. Now that could pay off in the long run. If we played a really long game, that could be good. But the thing is, I don't think we want that. I think I'm going to take the administrative power. And I don't usually take loans, so the interest per annum doesn't matter too much for me. I'm one of those players that are almost scared of loans, even though it might cripple the efficiency of how I play. I just don't like taking loans. Not in real life, not in games. It's just... no, I don't like loans. There we go. I took the administrative power. I'm sorry, Servius Tullius, you are a good leader, but I'd rather prefer having the administrative power now than in the future. Because in the future, it won't really matter that much anyway, will it? It's now when it's the most important. And now we can convert our province, it will take forever. well, syncretize it, because we don't have enough development in them. So we could take another province, and after that, syncretize, so that would solve all of our religion problem. Because if you look in our nearby region, we do have the De Consentus in this area over here. And then we have the Etrusca Disciplina in this area over here. Either way we go, if we syncretize it, either way we go, we will have perfect religious harmony and unity or whatever. We lost some ducats. That's a really inexpensive ship. Speaking of ships, let's go and look at our army. I know that doesn't make any sense. Let's see, we could get some more men. Should probably do that too. There we go. Add one more army, or soldiers, whatever. That is tempting. But it would be so slow. 333 months, that's a long time. If I knew math, I could probably calculate it, you know, how long that would be, but yeah, it takes too much of my brain. I'm surprised that these guys can have so many men. I mean, 5.5k, that is quite a lot of soldiers. Quite a lot of soldiers for just having 10 population. I'm not sure how they manage it, and I'm honestly gonna go into the ledger to see how or if they can. What's the name again? Is it Tibor? It's Latium. Latium. Where are you, Latium? Here we have Rome, 6,000 men, soon to be increased by a little bit. Latium, 5.5, and they can have 11. That's surprising. They have League and a bunch of other modifiers, aristocrats that love them and so forth. I guess that makes sense, but it's just a bit weird how they can have, well, as I mentioned before, so many things. The Sabini, I wonder if the Palini will be... and they can also have a lot of men. Are we the only ones that can't have a lot of men? Is that how it is? Let's get our nice diplomatic tech, and that also gives us the modifier, I believe, in trade. Trade efficiency, ahead of time in diplomatic tech, which is pretty nice. Will flow in money into our coffers. Just gonna suck it all up and put it in savings. I'm glad that inflation works very differently from how it did in EU3. I had big problems with inflation, to the extent where I actually turned off inflation being a mechanic, because I am a scrub. I am a scrub in its worst capacities. If we do attack Marasi, for example, that's our main goal. We have hegemonic war, conquest of provinces, full invasion of the country. Would be lower aggressive expansion, I guess. Take capital, enforce vassalage. No, hegemonic war. The Sabini would join in, and the Palini wouldn't. They wouldn't. He's malevolent. I mean, he still doesn't care about the whole favors thing. I was just hoping that they would consider some of the provinces around them. Like that, for example. Since Sabini would join in the war, I was hoping that they could get some provinces from Sabini and be happy about it, but apparently not. Actually, now they're saying that they would be inclined to join. I wonder what happened. Oh, it's the hegemonic war that they're not interested in. If there's the border war, that's really weird. It's really weird. I mean, if we do this, where we have some sort of claim on it, they don't care. If we take the border conquest, we could end up with this. We could promise them land, and they can get land in Sabini. And we will take the land here. That is an interesting proposal. And yes, we will cancel our drill and march forward. We have drilled it a little bit. Might as well drill in Roma. Might not be the best thing to do, considering now the unrest will be higher and there will be a higher likelihood of rebellion. Actually, the rebellion is quite high already. How many men would join? 8,000 men! No, wait. That can't be right. Because now they are 500 each, right? So it wouldn't be 4,000 men. That's just one hell of a guess to take. We don't really have a choice here. We need to station our army here, and we need to have it on full capacity. If it is in fact 8,000 men, we're pretty screwed. Wouldn't be great. We could spend on harsh treatment, but let's be honest, it's gonna take a while before we can actually get unrest lowered, we would need to win a conflict against these rebels. Just so we can get the unrest and stuff squared away. At least for the time being. It's gonna take a long time for it to die down. 238 there. Festival for the Goddess of the Hunt. Yes, please. That sounds awesome. Production efficiency plus 20%, skirmishing cost and compatibility 20% and 10% respectively. In a good way, that is. 2,000 of that, 4,000 of that. I'm still a bit. I'm not happy. I mean, does this mean 8,000 men? Because if it does, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. I'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Because if it is 8,000 men total, could just lose entirely and lose the province, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, I guess, but it would put us back on square one. Actually, would put us back even further than that, because we would lose a lot. Don't you get any designs on this land, Baldini? So how big of a chance is it now? 90%. Or I mean, 14.3% of actually sparking. Not this month. Maybe next one. Maybe next one. So how's it going for our fair allies over here, the Balares? Corsica is not too happy because we allied Balares instead of them. Can't exactly blame us because we needed an ally and they were closer. So who does love us now? The Vestini. Vestini loves us. Vestini. You're the guys over there. Okay, never mind then. Veneti. The Veneti loves us. They are way up here. They're quite big. The Friniati. They love us too. Lingoni. Don't know where the Lingoni is. I could check, but I don't... Oh, there they are. So we have quite a few friends up here. It's all of the Celts over here. They love us. Well, for the most part. You know, with our amount of money, we could go over the limit. Oh no, it was 4,000 men. Okay, so we're fine. There we go. The rebels have been defeated. Now we don't have to care about unrest there for quite a while. I love that modifier. It is quite nice and lasts for 10 years. No problem there. And we can get our military tech up, which will be crucial. Let's see, their military tech is at level 1 and the Sabini is at level 1. So that is excellent. Excellent. Alright, here we do have the option that we could declare war. We could bribe them into joining. The Sabini will join on the enemy side. Let's see, the Sabini. How many men do you have, Sabini? How many men? I think they had a lot of men. That's why I was a bit scared before. Yeah, they have 8,000 men. Palini have 7,500 men. So they all rest on whether I can defeat... If we can defeat this army. If we can defeat the army in Maruvium, we are set. Then we can go and help our ally in defeating the Sabini army. The problem is the AI's willingness to just hand out a bunch of mercenaries. Condottieri. That could screw us over. Unless we ourselves could get mercenaries from like Friniati, for example. They could probably lend us some money. Maybe the Vestini as well. Don't know yet. The old captain. Let's see what it is. Okay, consequences of debt slavery. We got another 500 slaves. And here we have some navy tradition. We could get an admiral. Do we need an admiral? I mean, we might as well, don't we? I know now we have too many leaders, but we can kick out this other leader because he's just shit. And where's our fleets? It's all the way over here. Let's just set him on fleet duties. That could help out both our trade with... Actually, what's his maneuver? Only one maneuver. But when we engage in naval warfare, it will be safer to have him there than not. So I feel better with him there. And fire skill, Servius Tullius is becoming a much better leader than he was before. How high is the chance? 8.9%. That is fairly low chance. Fairly low chance, so I'm happy with our dice rolling so far. Okay, the other choice would be the Volci. The Volci down here. They're allied with the Piceni, as we know, and the Bruti. The Piceni has quite a few men. Quite a few. No one would join us, and both of them would join them, so that is... I don't think that is a choice either. In fact, we will increase our army by one more regiment. It would put us over the cap, but we can go over the cap. Actually, it won't put us over the cap anymore, so we will take one skirmisher as well. That way we will have over the cap, which is not necessarily the end of the world. Could sustain us for a fair bit. And now we also have a new tech thing, a new idea group. I don't know what to go for first. There's a lot of things here that could be good. I actually don't... Since they've changed so much, I don't know which one of these are actually good and which ones are bad. We have Aggressive Empire. Imperial government ideas sounds interesting. We have infantry ideas, or stuff like offensive ideas. Movement speed. Alright. I want something that is a bit front-loaded that would help us immediately. You know, right out of the gate. That has discipline quite early, morale of armies quite early, and the yearly armor tradition, which is good. Having good generals overall is a boon. It's a quite fantastic boon. What else? What else? Defensive ideas, naval ideas, quantity ideas. Having a higher force limit is always good, especially in the beginning, so we can get out more men and having a larger standing army without having to pay extra for it. Well, I mean, we would pay more than just having a smaller standing army, but you get my point. Natural manpower modifier plus 33%, which is good. This sounds pretty standard, as far as I can tell. Pretty standard. And the quality one. We don't have to decide now, because we don't have the power anyway to put down anything. It's just to keep in mind that having something that is good immediately will be maybe a good idea to have. Because it will take a while to get any of the ideas, and we are in desperate need of getting more power now. Not in 5 years, not in 10 years, but now. So to have the Marsi. Do we want to declare war on them? Or do we not want to declare war on them? That is the question. If it goes right, it could go very, very right. If it goes bad, it could go very, very, very bad. When we go, that army has joined in. We now have 7,000 men. We could go a bit over the cap even further, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have more men. There we go. Let's have all of that men. Let's go quite a bit over the cap. Servius Tullius military reform census. Servius' constitution consisted of two parts. The first one was census. The census classified Rome's male citizen population according to status, wealth and age. Alright. A good idea. Cost 50 military power, which we could spend. And in return, we would until 1053 have plus 5% national tax modifier, which is great. Plus 10% national manpower modifier, which is great. Infantry cost reduction on two things, that is great. But the cavalry to infantry ratio will lower. I mean, that is a no-brainer. Compared to the other one with only minus 10% stability modifier, which may or may not have been a mistake. This one only cost 50 military power compared to that one costing 160 administrative power, give or take. And it gives much better rewards immediately. I like it. I like it. That is a nice boon. So we will have about 8,500 men when those armies are done. Which would be 1,500 men above our force limit. But our force limit doesn't matter too much now, does it? See, we're still earning +1. And that is with full maintenance on. Full maintenance. We have quite a bit of money in our coffers even when something goes bad. Thief in the library, which is unfortunate. Alright, do we want to do this? They will join. The Palini would join. We will offer them a miternum, if not more than that. All we want is the border province, Maruvium. Maruvium. Should we do it? Actually, we should wait for our armies to get back up. We should stop with the drilling before we actually engage, so we could have our morale up to max. Because everything will depend on the initial stages, and we probably should wait until winter is over. It seems like a good idea. We do have movement speed, plus 10% from our Service Toulouse, which is good. Getting there faster, meaning less time before any assistance could arrive and help them. They are in kingdom rank and we are not. I think we're only city rank. Maybe we should try to rank up. We need at least 25 prestige to increase. Okay, so we need more prestige. Oh, this is quite Eritrea. Doesn't matter. Okay, what matters now is that we do this. Now, apparently they don't want to anymore. Apparently they suddenly decided that they do not want war anymore. Suddenly. Palini decided, hey, let's not do this. Let's not go to war. Don't wanna hear about it. Come on, man, you were just willing to do it, and now you don't want to. Sabine and the Seychelles. Palini does not want war. Why do they not want war, I wonder? Have they decided that it's not a valid province? No, it is of vital interest. Of vital interest. And yet suddenly, no. Well, that's a bummer. Here I was gearing up for war and now suddenly our ally decides to back out. That's sad. That's unexpected. Did not see that coming. Not at all. So, what else can we defeat then? I mean, we have these guys and we just go into diplomatic map mode. They're allied with these three guys, which is quite a lot. That is a lot of allies. These guys are allied to these two. There's 5.5k, 5,000, and then I think Papluna have built up their army again to about 5,000 as well. So that's a bit worrisome. So those two allies in the north are well, they are not to be counted. But then we have Tibur and Marsi. Both of them allied to Sabini, which is a hassle. And then we have Volci, allied to the Piceni up here, and to the Bruti down here. It would take so long to siege down the provinces that I don't think we could do it before the reinforcements arrive. If we can get... They have 7,000 men, which is less than us. Could have some men over here, but I doubt it. They have 7,000 men. I so want to declare war on Marsi, but now Palini, no. No. They would not join. How long until we have those 10 favors? It's gonna be a long time still. Could it be that they've changed, that they don't consider, they have no interest in this province, and that makes sure that they don't want to join the war overall? Is that why it occurred? What if we do like this? We consider these provinces our provinces of interest. Would you now join? No, they would not. This one would be... okay, so we kind of in a pickle, I'd say. I'd say this is a pickle. Where to expand if we don't have anyone that wants to join us or have any friends that would like to participate in any kind of conflict whatsoever. I guess that will be a question for next episode because I really need to go to pee. And yes, I did just say that I need to go to pee, which is why the episode will end now. And I will simply see you in the next video.